Vice President JD Vance and his wife Usha are in India this week for a 4-day visit, and with their 3 kids in tow. It all might look like family vacation vibes at a glance, but if you look closely, it seems like tensions are high between mom and dad. And for good reason. Now, granted, wrangling 3 young kids on an international trip can really take it out of you, and it's easy to get distracted. But it looks like the Vance kids are being used as an excuse for JD and Usha to keep their distance from one another. Here's the Vance family spending time with Indian Prime Minister Modi at his home. Sure, it's edited footage from the PM's camp, but it sure looks like JD and Usha are going out of their way to only look after their kids on the trip, with zero warmth evident between the spouses. In this widely circulated clip, the couple doesn't even walk next to each other. Instead, Usha trails behind her husband, usually carrying one of 3 kiddos. Not a good look. JD and Usha's apparent iciness could be the result of the backlash they faced after the vice president met with Pope Francis, the first Latin American pontiff, shortly before he died at age 88. It was sheer bad timing that not long after JD met the Pope and shook his hand, the beloved leader of the Catholic Church died. But that hasn't stopped people online from making a flurry of dark jokes and memes about how JD killed the Pope.
Holy Father, do you have any last wishes? Well, not this, not this.
That kind of media firestorm is definitely going to put a strain on a relationship, no matter how ridiculous the theory might be or how obviously tongue-in-cheek the jokes are. Even John F. Kennedy's grandson, Jack Schlossberg, took a jab at JD, posting on Instagram, "Okay, JD killed the Pope." Others compared JD's meeting to conservative UK Prime Minister Liz Truss meeting with Queen Elizabeth right before the monarch died in 2022, with some accounts even photoshopping Vance to look like the Grim Reaper, or claiming that JD caused the Pope to die of cringe. Although they should know by now not to read the comments, curiosity often wins out. If JD and Usha are checking social media at all during their diplomatic trade mission/family vacay, they're going to see a lot of upsetting remarks about JD and the late Pope Francis, who died on Easter Monday.
Happy Easter and enjoy your lives.
That's right. Enjoy your lives. Or I'll send JD Vance to meet you and end them.
To make a terrible situation even worse, Pope Francis didn't even connect with JD during the Vatican's official meeting with the vice president, instead sending his right-hand man to speak with the Ohio native, who converted to Catholicism in 2019. According to the Associated Press, the two discussed their differing viewpoints about current issues relating to the migrant crisis and deportations. The Pope was not a fan of the Trump administration's views on immigration, saying during an Italian television interview back in January that Trump's plan, if enacted, would be dishonorable, according to Reuters. About a month later, Pope Francis reprimanded the Trump administration's migrant deportation proposal and seemed to take direct aim at JD, referencing comments the VP had made. Knowing this puts a whole different perspective on that brief moment JD shook the Pope's hand.
Pray for you every day. God bless you.
As for JD and Usha, we wish them well on the rest of their trek, especially since the Vatican hooked their kids up with some primo Easter candy.
These are for your children.
Okay, thank you.